Right, so same as usual, working at your own pace, making sure that nothing is causing pain or discomfort, as in joint pain, muscular discomfort, entirely up to you. If you need to stop and rest, to stop and rest whenever you need. If you're seated, trying to create a space at the front, so making sure that I'm not letting myself collapse down, crushing the diaphragm and preventing it from moving, and create that nice relaxed breath. So see if I can give myself space. If I'm lying down, finding a comfortable position, straight legs or knees, whichever feels better for your hips, whichever feels better for the back, allowing the arms to relax down the side. So focusing on the breath, to see if I can get the nice relax, the belly breath going, feeling the belly expanding with the inhalation and relaxing with the exhalation. And then doing the usual scan over the body, so noticing how the body feels. Have I got any niggle anywhere? Is some places feel stiff? Do I feel straight? Am I slightly twisted? Am I leaning to the left, leaning to the right? Is my right arm in the same position as the left? Is my leg in the same position, side to side? So once that I feel that the body's a little bit more settled, the breath, the feels that need a bit more relaxed, then I'm going to start focusing on the neck. I'm just going to start to bring the head side to side, right here to the right shoulder, coming back to the center, left ear to the left shoulder, and then back to the center. So just nice and easy. I can feel the side of the neck pulling, but there shouldn't be any pain, any sharp pinching or any shooting pain coming down the arms. Nice and easy, side to side. Also noticing difference between the right and the left side. Might find that on one side it's a little bit easier to drop the head, on the other side maybe a little bit harder. I feel the movement is a little bit looser, so I feel the neck is moving a little bit better. I'm going to see if I can start adding to it. So the next one, I'm going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and then with the left arm, I'm going to reach long down the side. So see if I can create a little bit more traction, a little bit more stretch down the left side of the neck. Then I'm going to ease back, and then as I bring the left ear to the left shoulder with the right arm, I'm going to reach away, reach down the side, see if I can create a little bit more traction. Then easing back and then swapping sides. So imagine to be pulling your shoulder away from the head and then the head away from the shoulder at the same time. Then coming back and then swapping sides. So again, I feel the movement feels a little bit easier. I can feel that slightly stronger stretch coming on. I'm going to start adding a little bit more. So the next one, I'm going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. I'm going to reach long with the left arm, and then I'm going to externally rotate the arm. So think of winding the arm out. So I'm going to turn the palm into the body, to the front, and then out to the side as much as I can. So trying to wind it as far out into the shoulder socket as it will go. Then I'm going to release and then stay the other way. So left ear to the left shoulder, reaching long into the arm, and then externally rotating, winding the arm out, creating a little bit more stretch, and then easing back. So ear to the shoulder, pull down the arm, turn it out, and then coming back. Ear to the shoulder, reach the arm, turn it out, and release it back. I'm going to add one last thing. I'm going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder, reach long into the left arm, externally rotate, and as I externally rotate, I'm going to extend the wrist. So I'm going to try and bring the back of the hand towards the forearm, so putting a little bit more traction down the arm. Then I'm going to release and then say the other way. So ear to the shoulder, reach long, turn the arm out, and then extending the wrist. So if you could bring the back of the hand towards the back of the forearm, and then releasing and to the other side. So see if you can notice, as I've introduced the wrist movement, I should be able to feel almost like a little tingling coming down the first 3 fingers. That's normal. I'm just stretching the nerve that feeds those 3 fingers. So see if I can just find the stretch on both sides, maybe noticing different. On one side I can feel it more, on the other side I can't feel it as much. 2, last one, ear to the shoulder, reach long, turn, wrist, and releasing back. Releasing the shoulders, relaxing the neck. So hopefully the neck feels a little bit looser. The shoulders feel as if they've dropped down and away from the head a little bit more. I'm going to start focusing on the shoulder joint. Raising the right arm up to the front. I'm going to bring it up as far as I can, making sure that I'm not stiffening into the neck again. So I want to create tension into the neck now that I've released the neck. Then I'm going to release the arm, and then with the left, I'm going to do the same. Raise the arm up, reach it up, reach it back as far as I can, and then return it back by the side, and then swapping for the other arm again. So progressively see if I can get the movement a little bit bigger. Notice the right and the left shoulder. So if I'm seated up, just noticing, making sure that the arm is coming up. It doesn't feel as if the shoulder is coming up too. So I'm not creating all that tension into the side of the neck. I'm keeping the shoulder down, the neck feels loose. If I'm laying down, it's going to be easier as the arm, the weight of the arm is a little bit more supported. So as I reach back, I can make sure that I can freely move the head from side to side. It doesn't feel stiff, it doesn't feel locked. 4, 3, 2, and then I'm going to start adding to the movement. So on the next one, as the right arm comes up, I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to reach up so high that I'm pulling the shoulder to the face. So I'm going to encourage the shoulder to come up to the head. I'm trying to reach as far as I can. So if I'm seated, it's like as if I was trying to get to the very top shelf. Then I'm going to release the shoulder, and then I'm going to return the arm. Then same with the other side. If I'm laying down, I want you to be reaching to the wall behind you. So reaching and lengthening down the side as much as you can. Then pulling the shoulder down again, and then returning the arm down by the side. So see if I can focus on that little lift on the shoulder. So letting the shoulder go up, but trying to pull it back down as well before I return the arm. And then same the other way. 6. Big reach. Drop. And back. 5. Big reach. Drop. And back. 3. Big reach. Drop. And back. 2. Big reach. Drop. And back. Last time. Big reach. Drop. And release it down. Relaxing the shoulders, there's a little bit more movement through the shoulder joint and shoulder girdle. I'm going to start getting into the thoracic spine, into the upper back. So if I'm seated, I'm going to cross the arms onto the chest. If I'm laying down, I'm going to reach the arms into the front. So nice long arms. And then I'm just going to start rotating from side to side. So turning to follow the right shoulder around, coming back, turning the other way. turning one side, and then turning to the other. So if I'm laying down, I'm swinging the arms from side to side, rolling from one shoulder over to the other shoulder, one shoulder onto the other side. As you keep the rotation going, so you can start to moving the head too. So turning to look where the arms are going, turning the other way. Noticing if the movement gets bigger, I should be able to rotate a little bit further. I should be able to make it a little bit easier to turn. If I feel the movement is quite easy, it's quite comfortable, then I'm going to start adding to the movement. So the next one, it doesn't matter if I'm seated or lying. As I rotate to the right, I'm going to reach my left arm across, and then with the right arm, I'm going to hug the arm, I'm going to hug the left as close to the body as I can. So I'm going to pull the arm towards me as I turn to the right, then ease my way back. As I rotate to the left, I'm going to reach the right arm across. With the left, I'm going to pull it close to the chest to see if I can rotate a little bit more. Coming back, and then to the other side. So nice big turn, pulling the arm, nice big turn, pulling the arm the other way. If I'm seated, I've got more space, so I'm going to try and use all the space that I've got. If I'm laying down, the space is a little bit more limited, but I should still be able to feel the stretch at the back of the shoulder as I hug the arm close to the body and I turn to the side. Coming back, and then the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release it back, relaxing the shoulders, releasing the back. This is a little bit more movement into the thoracic spine. I'm going to move down to the hips. I'm going to get into a little hip hitch. So I'm going to try and hitch the right hip up towards the right side of the rib cage, and then the left hip towards the left. So again, if I'm lying down, I can feel the back of the pelvis sliding gently on the mat, going side to side, the right side of the belly pulling, the left side of the belly pulling, the spine flexing gently from right to left, from left to right. If I'm seated, see if you can think of connecting to the side of the belly to create a little hitch on the right hip, connecting to the side of the belly to create a little hitch on the other side. So pulling up on the right, easing back, pulling up on the left, and then easing back. Using the arms onto the legs, onto the chair to give a little support if I need to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back, adjusting the hips, so releasing the back, relaxing the pelvis. From lateral movement, I'm going to go into a little forward and back, so into a little pelvic tilt. So still working into the lumbar spine, still working into the lower back. I'm going to tilt the pelvis back, scooping the belly in. I'm going to press the lower back into the mat, and then I'm going to rock forward and then back into neutral. So again, if I'm seated, see if you can think of the movement being just at the bottom of the spine, feeling the belly tensing to create a little tilt, and then relaxing as I come back. So little scooping the belly, and then coming back into neutral. Again, using the arms to offer a little support to help me create that lift before I tilt and drop again. If I'm laying down, using the mat to guide me, pressing the lower back into the floor, feeling the tailbone curling up in the air, and then releasing, going back into neutral. So rocking the pelvis forward and back. Same is beautiful, the side to side, see if you can maintain the connection in the front of the belly, some right and left side working evenly at the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing back. And releasing the back as I feel the lower back is a little bit looser, it feels a little bit more relaxed. I'm going to move into the hips. What I want is the first thing is trying to wake up the main muscles. So starting from the front of the hip with the hip flexor, I'm going to, if I'm laying down, I need something, I can even put the hand on the leg. That tends to kind of like create tension into the shoulder, into the neck. If I have a pillow or a ball, so something soft that I can use between the two, that allows the shoulder to sit in a more comfortable position, so it's not so much tension. If I'm seated, easy enough, as the leg is a little bit closer, so I can put the hand directly on the leg. I'm going to push away with the hand, and then I'm going to try and lift with the right leg. And then I'm going to release, again, push away with the hand, and then try to pull with the leg. So the leg is trying to move towards you, the hand is pushing it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So see if I can really focus on the connection deep into the right hip joint. 7, 8, 9, 10, and relaxing the leg. I'm going to switch and do the same thing on the left side. So placing the left hand against the left thigh, or placing the ball between the two, and then with the hand I'm going to push away, with the leg I'm going to try and pull in. So working against each other. So same as on the other side, see if I can notice that strong connection in the front of the hip, and then the tension lifting up into the front side of the belly too. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relaxing the hip, releasing the leg. I'm going to change the effort from the front of the hip, I'm going to move on the inside of the leg. So I can use the ball or the pillow between the knees. I can squeeze the legs together if you rather, or I can pop the hands between the legs. And then this time I'm going to focus on squeezing in. See if you can focus on one leg at a time. So I'm going to keep my left leg nice and still, and then with the right I'm going to press into the ball, pressing into the cushion, and then I'm going to ease the pressure. Then again, with the right, I'm going to press into the ball, press into the cushion, and then ease the pressure. So repeating on the right side, see if I can find the connection to the inner thigh. So feeling that tension on the inside of the leg this time. And then I'm going to ease that tension. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relaxing, releasing the hip, releasing the inner thigh. I'm going to change the focus to the left. So keeping the right nice and still, I'm going to squeeze in with the left, just pressing in as hard as I can, and then easing the pressure back. So again, see if I can find the connection through that left inner thigh. See if I can also be aware of that gentle tension at the front of the belly, helping me to stabilize that pressure. The pelvis keeping still while the leg is pulling in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing the inner thigh, relaxing the hip. I'm going to switch the effort again, this time bringing it to the side of the leg. So I need something to give me a little bit of resistance to push against. So I can use the strap, I can use the band, I can even use my hands, so it doesn't really matter if I don't have the band. If I have the band, I'm going to tie it around the knees, not too loose and not too tight, especially if it's a rigid strap, so if it's like a belt type of thing. If I don't have the band, I'm just going to use my hand against the side of the leg. So I want my left leg to keep still. I want my right leg to push outwards. So I want the right knee to open to the right and then to close back to the center. So if I'm using the hand with the right hand, I'm going to try and push against the leg while the leg is trying to open to the side, and then I'm going to ease my way back. So these times, see if I can find a connection more into the side of the hip, into the side of the bum. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and Relaxing, giving the hip a little tap, relaxing the side of the leg, relaxing the side of the hip. I'm going to repeat the same thing with the left side. So right leg keeps nice and still, with the left I'm going to push out to the left. So against the resistance of the band, or using the left hand to offer a little resistance for the leg to push against. So again, see if I can feel the connection to the side of the hip, to the side of the bum more. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And release it back. We're giving the hip a little tap, relaxing the side of the hip of the leg. I'm going to release the band if I'm using the band around the knees. And then this time focusing on the back of the leg a little bit more, on the back of the body. So again, I'm going to focus on one leg, on the same leg. So starting with the right side, I'm going to start pushing the right foot hard into the ground. So if I'm seated, imagine to be wanting to stand on your right leg. So I'm going to push down through the right leg as if I was trying to stand on the right leg. And then I'm going to sit back. If I'm lying down, imagine to be wanting to bridge on the right leg. So I'm going to push hard into the right leg. See if I can come up into a little lift. And then I'm going to ease my way back down. If I can do so, I might even take the left foot off the floor and then see if I can get that single leg to do all the work to push up, to lift up. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, still pressing on the right side, really trying to find the connection into the hamstring, into the glutes on that side. Last one. And releasing back. Relaxing the right leg. If I'm laying down, maybe trying to extend the leg away, making sure that the back of the leg doesn't feel as if it's going to crump up. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing with the left side. So leaning forward into the left leg, trying to stand on the left leg if I'm seated, or pushing down into the left foot to see if I can bridge my way up on the left leg if I'm laying down. If I feel that I can, I might even lift the right foot off the ground so that the left leg has to do all the work at pushing the right leg. It can be tempted to help. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release it down. Again, if I'm lying down, maybe extending the left leg away, making sure that the back of the leg doesn't feel stiff, it doesn't feel as if it's going to cramp up, and then I'm going to give it a little stretch. So grabbing hold of your band, setting the band around with the right foot, making sure that it's nice and flat against the foot so it's not going to slip, it's not going to come off. I'm going to straighten up the right leg, and then I'm going to gently pull it towards me until I can feel the stretch coming down the back of the leg. If I'm seated, I can do the same. Get the band around the foot, trying to straighten it as much as I can, and I can pull it up. Or I can straighten up the leg in front, and then instead of trying to pull the leg towards me, I'm going to try and take the body towards the leg. So I'm just going to hinge forward from the hip until I can feel a little stretch coming down the back of the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it back. Relaxing the leg, releasing the hip, the same thing with the left side. So using the band around the left foot, straightening up the leg as much as I can, and then either pulling the leg towards me, or if I'm seated, trying to pull myself down towards the leg into the stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it back. Relaxing the leg, releasing the hip, so there's a little bit more length down the back of the leg. I'm going to see if I can come back into the upper body, come back into the arm. I'm going to raise the arms straight in front, keeping the elbows slightly bent, keeping the elbows soft, so there's not too much pressure on the shoulder, especially if I'm seated up. I'm going to turn the palms to face up to the towards the face, so towards the ceiling if I'm seated, towards the wall behind me if I'm laying down, and then I'm going to start opening the arms out to the side. Think of your thumbs touching the ground. If I'm seated, imagine your thumbs to be touching the wall behind you. Then I'm going to close the arms back, and then I'm going to open them again. So thumbs to the floor, thumbs to the wall behind, and then back to the center. So see if you can create a nice opening across the front of the chest. See if you can play with the angle of the arms. So whether I'm seated or laying down, especially if I'm laying down, as the shoulder is a lot more supported. See if you can play with the height of the arms. So if I bring the arms up a little bit higher and open, the stretch might feel different across the front of the chest as if I drop the arms towards my hips and open from there. So see if I can try and find the angle that gives me the better stretch across the front of the chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing down, giving the shoulders a little bit of a roll. I've got a little bit more opening across the front of the chest. I'm going to try and see if I can make the stretch a little bit stronger, and then have a little bit more movement into the upper back. So if you're lying down, I want you to roll to your front, and then just have the band close to you, as we're going to swing the band behind the hips, and then hold it behind the hips of this down. If I'm seated, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to swing the band behind my back, and then I'm just going to hold it with the hands. Try to keep your hands roughly in line with the side of your hips, with the side of your bum. So, laying down. The band is behind. If I'm seated up, the band is behind too. I'm going to take a deep breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So I'm going to retract the shoulders. And then I'm going to try and reach long into the arms. Then I'm going to relax. Then again, I'm going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then reach long into the arms. So see if I can get the nicest stretch across the front of the chest from this position. Then once that I feel that the stretch is okay, so my hands are at the right distance, I need to bring them out a little bit, I need to bring them in a little bit. I'm just going to find the right distance between the hands as I reach away. I'm going to start getting the upper back involved. So if I'm lying down, I'm going to retract the shoulders and then reaching the hands back. Imagine to be taking the band towards your heels. So I'm going to push it towards the heels of the feet, encouraging the head at the top of the chest to lift away from the mat. And then I'm just going to ease my way back down. So coming up in extension, making sure that there is no pain on the back. If I'm seated, think of exaggerating the movement. So I'm just going to retract the shoulders, reaching to the arms, and then pushing away the arms. So if you could take the hands to the wall behind you, and then the chest to the wall in front. So see if I can really get that extension through the thoracic. And then I'm going to ease my way back. 3 more. So retracting the shoulders, long with the arms. Extend into the back. And release. Last one. Retracting the shoulders, long with the arms. Push away the arms, extending away lift. And releasing back. Releasing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. If you're on your front, I want you to roll on your side and then turn onto your back. And then giving the back of the ribcage a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to hook the hands behind the back of the legs. And then I'm going to try and round the back as much as I can. So think of a nice stretch between the shoulder blades, nice stretch into the middle of the back. If I'm lying down, I'm going to allow the head to lift away from the floor, hooking the hands onto the back of the legs, and then see if I can stretch the middle of the back as much as possible. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back. Relaxing the shoulders, releasing the back. If you're down on your back, when you're ready, rolling over onto your side, and in your own time, pushing yourself up into sitting. Finding your comfortable seated position. Leaning against the wall, leaning against the sofa. If I needed to, using the hands at the back to give me a little support. If I need to do so. Finding the seat bends to see if I can plant the seat bends onto the floor, onto the chair. And then creating the lift to the front of the body. I'm going to take a deep breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to start lifting up. So think of reaching your chin as far away from your pubic bone as possible. So I'm going to try and lift it from the belly, lift it from the rib cage, lift it from the front of the throat, pulling the chin up, looking back, and then release. Then in reverse, you want you to be bringing your chin to your pubic bone. So I'm just going to let the head drop forward, the shoulders, the upper, the lower back if I can, and then curling back up again. Raising your way up, extending through, trying to lift and lengthen the front of the body, looking forward, looking up, looking back. And then releasing, coming forward again. I want you to be taking your chin, your head towards your pubic bone, towards the legs, rounding and dropping forward as far as you can. And then extending your way up again. Lengthening and lifting at the front of the body, going as high, as long, as far as you can. Looking up, looking back. And then releasing, coming forward. One hand to the belly. One hand to the back. Take your bow. Keep yourself back on that. Any question or anything as usual, please say. Remember, you need to unmute yourself.